Hi, I'm Roberto, and I'm going to be talking about why athletes deserve to be paid during their time here at college. Here are my note cards. Well, go science. Audience. So who here knows someone that plays a sport in college or has a friend that plays a sport here? Person? Well, I haven't played a sport here during my college years, but I have played during high school, and I understand from that experience how physically and mentally demanding it can be. Everyone here understands how college is and how much effort we need to put in to succeed here. Now think that you're doing a sport at the same time and see how drained you would get from that. The N.C.A.A is the most popular and successful program that's been on television and around the world. However, this organization runs by not paying their athletes, even though they take a large amount of revenue each year. This can change by rightfully paying their athletes, and their athletes sacrifice so much that they deserve to get paid. I would like to discuss why these student athletes should be considered in getting paid. And these athletes put their well-beings in danger every time they play for their college. These students train really hard and they play really hard for the majority of the time, and they have to study as well, so that can be really tiring. There's a quote that says, if institutions are asking student athletes to commit considerable time and effort to play a sport from which the institution earns money, publicity, then the performers need to be compensated. These athletes also risk getting injured and possibly never being able to play again or walk again. So it could change their life considerably. They're risking a lot. These students just want what's best for them, for their family, and going to the pros is the only way to succeed and earn the correct income that they want for their family and themselves. So if colleges paid athletes, they would have enough to support themselves and their families. So everybody knows that school is very expensive and pricey, and risk a lot by joining a sport from that school. So getting money would help their situation out a lot more, and it would help them relax with their mind, because getting money is very stressful. We have to get a job and things like that. The things that we have to pay here, like books, food, and basic things to live on, are things that get in the way of focus on school and the sport you want to pursue. If you go to college far from home, you have more responsibilities on finding a way to make money and survive college. These athletes bring a ton of money from the school and their program, and events such as March Madness, anyone here who knows March Madness, just passed recently, happens every year, and they make a ton of money out of that program. Rather than getting compensated for bringing money to the program, they just get, if anything, they get a room and they get a tuition. And another quote that says, annually, the N.C.A.A takes in a little over $1 billion in revenue each year, mostly from sponsorships of men's basketball tournaments, such as the March Madness, what I just said. And they get it from ticket sales and television contracts. And $1 billion is a lot of money to have for all the schools. It's too much to just keep for themselves. That money just goes to the programs, to the staff and coaches, rather than the athletes that perform and risk so much for their school. However, there's another quote that says, no more than 2% of high schools athletes receive scholarship money for their colleges. So 2% is very little for what amount of money they receive for revenue from the sales and everything like that. So you can see that students are struggling since they barely can even get like a scholarship. And these athletes have a good reason to receive income in this way. There are many ways to pay athletes for what they rightfully deserve. Some colleges that are more popular than others, such as Duke. Anyone knows Duke? Yeah, it's a very popular college for basketball mostly. They invite the best athletes to join their program, and for me, I think it should depend on how big the school is and how much money they produce, and with that money that they produce, they get that share. And other colleges, like smaller colleges, would just get the money that they produce for fans and ticket sales like that. Like I said before, the N.C.A.A. receives $1 billion in revenue, and still the athletes get nothing in return. If it doesn't work, if that solution before doesn't work, then all schools, colleges, should distribute money equally. The players would just receive money to show gratitude in making the college so successful in what it is today. If it wasn't for them, then the colleges would just be like, oh, whatever, nobody would really care, you know? So during my time as a high school athlete, I only played for like 2 years, and those sports, I played like swimming and basketball, and those sports demanded a lot out of me. And I did not want to study at all, like when I got home, because I was just so tired and beat out. Just imagine how these college students feel. Now they have to pay their own bills and stuff like that, pay their food and all that things. So athletes deserve the best to help them show their best potential. They put so much on the line, such as their body, just to try and make it to the pros. And they give their school everything and get nothing in return. See, like I said before, 2% only get scholarships, so it's not much they get in return. So students are the future of this nation, and these athletes are showing their will to better themselves. So why not give back to them for making the N.C.A.A. for what it is today? Yeah, that's my speech. Thank you.